Okay guys, did you find out the answer to the question? What keeps the emperor penguins nice and toasty? There were actually 3 answers that I found. Now, we found that the mothers go out hunting for fish for the babies. And so while they're gone, the papas are responsible for the baby penguins. And they keep them in a little special area down on top of their feet, and they're covered with their feathers and their fat. So that keeps the babies nice and warm, but what keeps the papas warm? Well, one of the things that you may have noticed, and you may have heard this before, is they huddle together. Everybody gets in a group, in a big circle. So the ones in the middle are super toasty and warm. And the ones on the outer area, they're not as warm. But what they do is they start switching off. So the ones that are in the center first, they move towards the rear end, so that the penguins on the outer bands, they can move towards the center, and everybody has a chance to be nice and toasty and warm. Another thing that they do besides huddle is they have really thick feathers that keep them warm, and they have what's called blubber or fat that's really thick, and that also helps to keep them warm. Now, did they just grow that blubber on their own and the feathers on their own? No, our great creator God did that for them. He made it so that those guys up there in the freezing cold, I'm talking about not just 0 degrees, I'm talking about not just minus 25, not minus 50, not minus 70, but it can get down to minus or negative 100 degrees, and that is super extreme. So praise God for taking care of the emperor penguins. What a great God we have. We are now going to have a video on an individual that contributed to society. As you know, this month we're celebrating what? We're celebrating women that have made a contribution to society. How many of you guys like mathematics, or we just usually just call it math? Back in the day when I was growing up, they called it arithmetic. Working with numbers. Now, it's very important for us to make sure if we don't understand math, that we ask somebody to help us, get a tutor or ask the teacher to help us after school, because math is very important. You're going to use it for the rest of your life. So it's not just about getting a good grade in math. It's about being able to apply it once you're out of school, and especially when you're in the workforce. We're going to talk about a lady that was super smart in math. She was really good, and she wasn't the only one. There are a lot of women that are really good at math. And during this time, they called these smart women that worked for the space program, they called them computers. Why do you think they call them computers? Did you know our brain is like a computer? Everything's stored up there. Everything that we've experienced, everything that we've learned is stored up there. We might not be able to recall it, at any given time, but it's still there. And these women were super smart in math. And we're going to find out about Dorothy Vaughan and how she helped the space program get off. So you stay tuned and watch the video on Dorothy Vaughan. And don't forget, if you don't understand something in math, what should you do? Raise your hand and ask teacher to help you. And even if you have to get a special tutor after school, it's super important that you do well in math. All right, so I'll see you after the video on Dorothy Vaughan.